A friend asked me to make a round black platform with casters for a theatrical show that would carry one person on top and that would be pushed by another person. I start by making the round base that consists into plywood circles glued together. To know more about cutting circles on the router table, check out my previous video. I sand all the edges and draw roughly 2 circles to lay out some holes for the screws. I apply glue and attach them together. I keep the pin in the middle to prevent the pieces from slipping until the whole thing is secured. The hole in the middle is filled with a small stick and the circle is divided in 3 equal parts to lay out the place for the casters. I like to punch hole marks for screws most of the time, and whoops! Here I'm reversing the countersink removable piece to act as a depth stop and drill all the holes for the caster plates. Now I realize I should have rounded over the edges, so let's do it now. I pick up 2 cut-offs from the original squares, clean, and glue them up. It's nice to refine the shape and try to break the sharp edges. Now I transpose the outer shape 2 times on a piece of 10mm plywood and cut them on the bandsaw. It's time to make a pause and put my thinking cap on. I roughly trace the rectangle where the stick is going to get through, stick that piece to the middle one and drill some holes for screws. The stick is cut to size at 7-degree angle and the edges are rounded. The layout is done more precisely. I need to remove that rectangle, so I'm drilling some relief holes and cut it off on the scroll saw. I'm trying to give the hole a better fit for the stick, trying to match the 7-degree angle. The middle block is going to have that part removed as well, and the procedure is the same. All the pieces are permanently glued and screwed. The stick is going to have a screw coming from the bottom. Let's give the whole piece a nice shape on the belt sander. Once again, all the outer edges are rounded. Now we need a handle. I quickly turn a little block of wood into a slightly organic shape and mark some kind of rabbit. The stick part and the base are attached with 8mm bolts. It looks like I'm fitting a robot. I give it a test drive and I realized that it isn't very stable. So I decide to paint everything black like requested, and while the paint is drying I go to the hardware store and buy one more caster. I am using acrylic paint for wood. It looks blue when it's wet, but it turns black when it dries. I sprayed some black paint on the bolts and washers. The base needs to be divided in 4 equal parts now, and new holes are drilled to attach all the casters. It doesn't need to look pretty in the bottom, but let's paint the missing parts anyway. Now we got a problem. The layer of paint is preventing the parts from fitting nicely, so I need to scrape it off. And here is the final piece. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and go get your hands dirty.